Okay, hope you've all had a good lunch and you're not going to fall asleep this afternoon. So, this afternoon we're going to concentrate on looking at what enterprise or entrepreneurial activities could mean for a researcher. So, what I plan to do today is first of all set the context, really talk a little bit about why enterprise is relevant to you as a researcher. And what we're going to do really is help you develop a sort of artificial business plan based on a business scenario, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. So it's going to be, again, team-based. You're going to be working in the teams that you worked in this morning. So you're going to start with a business idea and take that forward to the stage where you could be giving a presentation to a potential investor in your business. And we'll have a couple of guest appearances talking about both being an academic entrepreneur and a little bit about why industry wants researchers that understand a little bit about business. So I'll talk to you for like 20-25 minutes, really introduction to business planning and the activity. We'll have you working in your groups on this business scenario up until about 4 o'clock. Then there'll be another short presentation from me on pitching business ideas. You'll then have something like half an hour or so to prepare a pitch for each of your teams, and then there'll be you giving a presentation to potential investors. And your potential investors have a big pot of money, here it is here, that they will invest in the winning business. Okay, so that's what we've got in store with you in outline. So why should we be talking about commercialization, about enterprise, about entrepreneurship? I prefer to use the expression enterprise because for many academics, making money is a sort of dirty word in many ways. I think enterprise is much more about having a state of mind that's open to new ideas, is open to exploiting ideas, moving them into different areas. So, the first part of what I want you to do this afternoon is to brainstorm about a business idea. The model I want you to use is basically one of a tree with a trunk, which is the new business idea, and a number of branches coming off that, which are various things that you need to do to move that idea forwards. So the sorts of suggestions that these branches might take are things like finance, production, marketing, research and development, what are your markets, what employees are you going to need to use to move your business forward. So you might end up with a set of branches that look something like that. And then I want you to use post-it notes to represent leaves, essentially things that you've got to do to move that business forward. A little bit like what we were doing before lunch. So post-it notes might, with different colours, represent existing assets, future possibilities, goals, limiting factors and problems. And hopefully you will end up with a sort of brainstorming chart that looks something like that. So, what I want you to do is, basically as I've described, I'll give you 3 possible scenarios. You have flip chart paper. You will have a set of coloured post-it notes which I'll hand out in a few minutes. So I want you to spend something like from between now and 3 o'clock brainstorming, essentially thinking about all the things you need to do to move your business forward. So it's a little bit like producing the work breakdown structure you did this morning. It's about the ideas, it's about the things that need to be done. It's not yet about the detailed planning, the order of things to be done, how they relate to each other. It's really a brainstorming stage to get everything that needs to be done at this point. Any questions? So I want on your flip chart paper to draw out something like the sort of structure I showed you, which is on your slides. A set of coloured post-it notes, which will be your leads. And I'll also give you a handout with potential scenarios on it.
Synthetic materials as replacement for existing leads, and they don't have to know the formula.
Yes, a goal or a future possibility. A goal or a future possibility.
For research team.
To build a research team which will find.
I think of a future. Yes.
Build a synthetic substitute of our what was active ingredient or chemical substance.
Research. We can call it anti-fat. Low cholesterol. It's anti-fat, so like the Greeks.
Nice idea. I like this. And it's not fatty because it's anti-fat.
So you're going to have an anti-fettal trademark.
Yeah.
And presumably you're going to patent your process. Yeah, great. Okay.
So, which is going to be the hardest and the first to
Okay, let's put it in one line, one after other, just to list steps by step. Starting with what? So, building out, research the market should be one of the first, fundraising should be one of the first.
No, first fundraising, after research the market, because we have to show to investors that
there is interest. Okay, so this thing. The approvals.
And the patents should be also here.
What's this?
No, it's in parallel.
This is the oops.
what to do. Don't breathe.
Okay, what I want you to do now, well, I might want to move you on to the next stage, which is really thinking about the business plan. You've brainstormed a lot of the things that should go into the plan, a little bit like producing the work breakdown structure that we talked about in project management terms. Now it's a question of putting everything together to get a coherent timeline, the order you want to do things in. So really there are a number of things we now need to think about, really mapping out your business strategy. I'll talk a little bit about what a generic business plan should look like. We're not asking you to actually produce a business plan. So out of your brainstorming, you've produced a lot of post-it notes, hopefully, which have been grouped around the various areas that we asked you to look at. Now I want you to arrange those post-it notes on a new sheet of paper from idea to goal, start, soon and later. How are you going to move from idea to goal? So that's your project for the next 45 minutes or so, okay? To really start thinking about that movement. You've got the idea.
Timeline.
What's your goal? And essentially we're talking about a crude timeline of how you're going to get there. Is everybody happy with that? Yep. And to pitch your business idea to a dragon's den of investors. So first of all, a little bit about why are we training you to pitch. Well, the first thing is that this is an opportunity for you to test your business idea, to generate interest in it. And it's about really motivating your potential backers to back you, move them into action. What are you going to give them? So what we're going to do now is give you the opportunity to prepare a pitch. What we want you to do is explain your investment opportunity and sell the business idea to a venture capital investor in only 5 minutes. So you've got a 5-minute presentation. There'll be another time for a couple of questions. We want your pitches to be ready at 4:45. So again, you don't have much time. Any questions?
Fantastic idea.
It's not
See,
my
fantastic idea. So I am a chicken. I'm not. So I can.
You're a bean eater. I mean, you're not.
Yes, generally, but I eat chicken. But anyhow, I can pretend to be vegetarian. But I'm interested because I'm interested in health.
Okay, we can find a logo. We're working for your health.
I like more the years, like adding years to live.
Yeah. Or this, yeah. Adding years.
Adding healthy
Extend
years.
your life.
Extend your healthy years.
Extending your
Healthy
Your
years.
healthy years.
Yeah.
Extend your life is more attracting, I'll say.
It's not
catchy.
counting, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not a TikTok.
Yeah, you're not.
Extend your life.
Extend your life now. It's too dry.
You have to bring in health.
Life extension.
Bring health in your life.
No,
Yeah, but
you
this is
said
something
before.
strong
You
enough.
said before.
Not strong enough.
It must be shocking, like you said. Maybe. I think it's a good idea.
Eat pork if you want to be healthy.
Really?
Do you think that some mom would ban his kid for cheese because it's not healthy?
Time is a valuable asset nowadays, and even for all the money in the world, actually we can't buy it. Or probably you would like to buy it, and maybe we have the solution for you, because after a very hard work, after 5 years of very hard work, failures, experiments, we have invented this magic time cup, which may take you back. Actually, the other prototype is there, 2 time cups which can take you back and forth to the future. There's a secret ingredient which is coated in this simple plastic cup, which is patented by our laboratory. Actually, when traveling back, it allows you to spend more time at home, to have more times to finish your job when you're running out of time, or simply take some rest while others are working. When traveling forth, this allows you to see the consequences of your actions in the future, which may help you be a better person and change your behavior, action in the present. So all we need to have is funding to take this product to people and make their lives better. So it's in your own hands to provide us with this money, so we can develop now our production, because now we have a few hundred cups produced in our laboratory, but our plans are to make our own factory in which we will produce it even and distribute it even worldwide. So we have also plans to build or develop a synthetic product, because this active ingredient is very rare. It's a natural product, but we would like to make, we've gathered a research team, a hard-working research team, which will develop a synthetic product, which will be cheaper, and it will allow to produce more and more of these cups. So any questions?
Yeah, I've got one question. Is it possible for us as investors to invest in your product and then use your product to see whether it's successful or not?
It's only used by our team. And there are some side effects which we are now trying to improve, but it's still working. And for the future, we also have plans to include some special effects with this time traveling. Improve the formula so that it will be not just boring time traveling, but you will also experience new feelings while traveling back and forth to the future.
You said you're looking for finance to take your product forward. How much money are you looking for from your investor team?
For the beginning, we plan to build another enterprise which will produce salt, because the problem is when you use another facility is that there's a chance to lose the secrecy of this formula, so you want to be the only enterprise which produces.
Okay,
so
but how much money are you going to need to do
about
that?
5 million maybe,
Yeah.
to invest in facilities and the active ingredient before we make the synthetic substance which will replace this expensive natural product.
Okay, thank you.
I've got one final question actually related to my first one. So, we're not allowed to use the futuristic cup, but in 5 years' time, if your product has not been successful, can we use the historical one to go and take our money back?
Actually, as you know, we've traveled forth in time, so you know the result of your decision, and you won't need to take your money back.
Pay only one ticket.
Just one more question.
How much money you want?
5 million.
5 million.
5 million.
For
In
one
the morning
ticket.
we told
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Back from the publicity break to the action movie, because everyone is bored during the publicity break. So we are here to tell you how to make money and have a longer life.
At the same time.
At the same time. So this is very interesting idea. The answer is eat pork, live longer. And how is that? Do you know that the lead cause of that in this world is the blood disease
Heart disease.
and the heart diseases. Why? Because of cholesterol. And we propose you a product which has good cholesterol. Because you need good cholesterol for body functioning. Your brain needs cholesterol, needs fat in order to function.